G'day and welcome to this edition of the COLAC Herald Sports Smash. We've got some more finals action coming at you. Again, we're here at the magnificent Central Reserve. The guys in the stands doing a great job cleaning up all the empty pie wrappers and cans and whatnot. We also had GFL finals starting this weekend. We had 4 netball teams in GFL finals, so I'll talk about that a little bit later on, but let's get stuck into the COLAC District footy action.
That's it, Lock. Straight into the senior football, and COLAC Imperials have booked a grand final spot against Minor Premier Lawn, which is good news. The top 2 sides in it all year will play off in the grand final, so it should be an exciting match right here at Central Reserve this weekend. The Imps booked their spot with a preliminary final victory against crosstown rival South COLAC. Bit of an arm wrestle early, but Imps sort of stormed away with a clash in the second half to win 18-10, 118 to 10-8, 68 to record a pretty comfortable 50-point win in the end. Josh Resize and Tom McKay each kicked 4 goals for the Imps, while their best players were Jai Whitson, Sean O'Neill and Kyle Roberts. For South COLAC, star forward Ben Cox made an impressive return from a leg injury. He kicked 6 goals and looked pretty damaging on the day, while he was among the best players with Dave Melendez and defender Nick Dent. Straight into the reserves football news now. Simpson has risen from 4th on the ladder. They finished in finals, faced do or die finals along the way.
Fairy tale.
Booked a spot in the grand final this weekend against Minor Premier Lawn. They won a preliminary final against COLAC Imperials at the weekend, 9-8-62 to 6-3-39. Jeff Van Dyke, Matt Ewell and Johnny Jennings all kicked 2 goals for the Tigers, while their best players were Phil Vines, Drew Quarterpell and 100-gamer Peter Kerr. While for the Imps, Locke Ellis, the league-leading goal kicker, kicked 2 goals, and their best players were Heath Lehman, Josh Rodder and Daniel Cook. Into the junior finals now, and Alvey set up a grand final rematch against Birregurra. The Saints proved too strong in last year's grand final, so the Swans will be looking to go one better this weekend. They booked a spot in the grand final with a preliminary final victory against South COLAC here at the weekend, winning 10-10, 70 to 6-5, 41. James Mulherring kicked 4 goals for the Swans in a best on ground performance. Also among the best for the Swans were Chris Gorwell, Jared Graves and Ben McCarthy, while for the South COLAC Roos, Sean McNamara kicked 5 goals and their best players were Wiley Brown, Campbell McRae and Tom McKean. Into the under 14.5 action now. COLAC Imperials has set up a grand final against crosstown rival South COLAC, so I expect a pretty big crowd here for that one. The Imps defeated Lawn in the preliminary final 7-15, 57 to 2-4, 16. Cooper Stevens kicked 3 goals for the Imps and was among the best players, with Fraser Gorman, Sam Lucas and Luke O'Shaughnessy, while the best players for Lawn were Oscar Coots, who, as we said, put off a trip to Fiji to play in the final.
I would have gone to Fiji, Oscar.
He was among the best players with Alex Umbers and Jai Leonard, so great season to Lawn. Obviously a pretty small town, and it's good to see them playing in junior finals.
Yes, so make sure you get around the kids here next weekend at Central Reserve. It should be a big grand final in the under 14s. Into the netball now. As I said, the GFL netball finals started this weekend, and we had 4 Tigers teams in finals. The first cab off the rank was the C Graders in a qualifying final on Saturday against South Barwon. COLAC unfortunately couldn't get the job done. They lost 29-31 in a real closely fought match. Saskia Douglas-Tecker had 15 goals rather. Sarah Murfitt had 12 goals in a best on court performance alongside Megan Parker and Danica Gleeson, who are also in the Tigers' best. Now they take on Leopold next week. Their finals are still alive, but that will be an elimination semi-final. Into the D grade action now. COLAC took on St Albans, and a better result here for the Tigers. A 5-goal win, 32 to 27 in the end. Amy Carmody shot 31 of the Tigers' 32 goals, with Elise Prime hitting 1 from 1, if you don't mind just putting a little bit of icing on the cake, I suppose. Amy Carmody was the best player alongside Gabby Finn and Tamara Holmes. So they take on St Mary's next week in a semi-final. 17 under Division 1 action now. Another close game, another close loss for the Tigers. They lost to St Joseph's 22 to 23. But again, their final series is still alive. They take on South Barwon next week. They've played South Barwon twice this year. 1-1, lost 1, so it'll be a really interesting game this weekend. Emily Murfitt had 12 goals for the Tigers, Courtney Garner had 6, Georgia Finn, Riley Stevens and Liesl Park were the best players for the Tigers in that game. Finally, we have the under 13 Division 1. This was an elimination final, but the Tigers did not get eliminated. They charge on into next week against Leopold. It was a really good win by the Tigers, 45 to 27, nice and early yesterday morning, so well done to them. Prue Stewart had 29 goals, Ellie Rippon had 8 goals, and the best players were Prue Stewart, Monica Hammond and Kate Lang. Now, into the COLAC District Netball Finals action, and the first game we have for you is South COLAC taking on Eagles. Fair to say South COLAC were a little bit flat in this one, but they did enough to get over the line. 53-42 was the final score in the end. The Eagles season ended, but they'd had a great season to get this far into finals as well. Tegan McNamara had 30 goals for the Roos. Jenny Fish had 30 goals for Western Eagles in a best on court performance. Nadine McNamara, Tegan and Nicole Mitchell were South COLAC's best players. And of course South COLAC take on COLAC Imperials this weekend at Central Reserve. Should be an absolute ripper. Into B grade, South COLAC defeated Illawarra Biak 35-22. They just got away from them at the end there, but again it was a very hard fought game this one. South COLAC takes on COLAC Imperials again in B grade here this weekend. Another huge match, but in the match against the Bombers, Cassie Carachet had 24 goals. For the Bombers, Bridget McMahon scored 13. Hannah Perkins was South COLAC's best, and Holly Tester was Illawarra Biak's best player. Into the C grade netball now, a little bit of a different game here. Otway Districts was in this one against South COLAC. They won 34-24, and again they will take on COLAC Imperials. It's a bit of a theme in a grand final this weekend. So in A, B and C grade, COLAC Imperials will feature in grand finals. In the C grade, it'll be against the Demons. Lani Conn had 14 goals for the Demons. Nadine Oborn had 13. Shannon McNamara had 12 goals for South COLAC, while the best players were Jessie Kerr, Taylor Towers and Nicole Johnson for Otway Districts, and Sky Duggan, Michaela Rye and Janelle Bond for the Roos. Now into the junior finals now. I'll just go through these nice and quickly because we're getting a little bit long here in the Sports Smash. 17 and under, COLAC Imperials took on Otway Districts. They won 38-14, and they will take on South COLAC in a finals rematch next week. Should be a ripper game. 15 and under, Otway Districts took on Illawarra Biak. The Demons got the points, 31-21, so that's two teams of theirs in grand finals. They take on Lorne, who will go into that match as favourites, had a very impressive season in the 15 and unders. And finally, in the 13 and unders, South COLAC took on Albi in the preliminary final. They won 36-30 with Lily Smith scoring 22 goals. And next week they take on Illawarra Biak in a bit of a traditional final, I suppose, that one. South COLAC versus Illawarra Biak. So that wraps up the netball. Oh, take a breath, and brings us to our favourite part of the show. It's the COLAC Herald Sportsperson of the Week. And this week, Ben, I believe we've given it to a netball. You might have to throw back to me here.
We're going to give it to a COLAC Tiger this week. An elimination final. As everyone knows, a lot of pressure builds and that sort of thing, and that really separates the good players from the not so good players. So, but we've given it to a young 13 and under netball this week. Look.
It is Prue Stewart. Now, she had a great game yesterday for the under-13 Tigers. She scored 29 goals of the Tigers' 45 goal total. Her positioning and her shooting was very, very good, according to her coach, Tracy Lang. So, fantastic game by Prue, and well done on winning the COLAC Herald Sportsperson of the Week. And that wraps it up for another Sports Mash. We've got a busy week ahead. Netball Best and Fairest counts, finals, previews. There's heaps of stuff in your Wednesday and Friday COLAC Herald. Make sure you buy it, make sure you read it, and from Ben and I, it's see you later.
See ya.